Oh my God, these feelings just begun. I'm saying things I've never said, doing things I've never done. Oh my God, when I see you I should it right. But I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. Tells me to stop. Feelings I feel about us. Try to fight it but it's never enough. My heart is hurting, it's more than a crush. Cause I'm frozen in motion and my head tells me to stop. But my heart goes cause my heart goes.
Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening to all of you. Today we are here to celebrate two amazing milestones for Antoinette DeBar. First, a huge happy birthday to the beautiful Antoinette. And second, the launch of her brand new solo book, Hope, Live a Life of Freedom, a little girl from dysfunction into freedom. And this book is so powerful. So it is available on Amazon, and we will be dropping it throughout the live call today. So this is the launch. So here I would like to welcome the amazing Antoinette DeBar.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, how are you feeling? I'm so excited. I can't stop smiling. I'm just like, yeah.
Excited, nervous, terrified, overwhelmed. I keep forgetting that it's my birthday.
It is.
Cool.
It is a
It's
huge
so
celebration.
good to see. It's so good to see so many amazing, beautiful faces. So thank you guys for joining. And everyone that's watching the replay as well. Thank you so much for watching this.
It's such an honor to be here and to be, celebrating with you in this amazing time. Antoinette, as we go through this wonderful live launch, could you just tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Antoinette. I'm mum to this gorgeous teen here. Joshua, and we currently live in England, and bit about myself. So I'm a trauma, for those of you who don't know, I think everyone here knows, but I'm a trauma and mindset coach. Do business mentoring on the side as well. And yeah, just really passionate about helping people to step into their kind of true authentic identity, heal from all those things that hold us back, and be able to live in that freedom and abundance that we all want and we all desire. We just sometimes don't know how to actually live in it and how to walk in it. And that's been the story of the journey of my life. So that's what this is about.
I love it so much. As we're going through this, if you're in the Zoom room with us, feel free to unmute yourself, ask your questions, put in the chat, because we are here to celebrate Antoinette's launch of her beautiful book. So the first question I have for you, Antoinette, is what inspired you to write this book, and what message do you hope readers will take away from it?
So what inspired me to write it is really God. For those of you who know, my faith is central, important to me, and is central to everything that I do. And so on this journey of life that I've been on, in 2014, I had this vision from God of the book. I was holding a book in my hand, and I could see the cover, I could see the title of the book, and then he gave me the names of the chapter titles. And sort of in the moment when it happened, I was like, oh, okay, this is just I've always had a dream to become an author and to write a book and that would help people. But I just thought this is never going to actually become a reality. So for me, it was like such a far off thing. But when God gave me that vision, I started writing it. But things were just crazy and too hard. So I stopped multiple times. So that's sort of what inspired me is so um what inspired me was the whole I've found a way for our past and for things that we've done, things that we've been through to not have to define who we are currently and to not have to define our future. And so my heart is really just to show people how they can do that, how they can live with that hope and that freedom, no matter what happens in life. Um, so the message that I want to leave people with is that your past doesn't have to define you, and nothing that we've gone through, nothing that we've done ourselves actually has to define us. Life's what we make of it, and we can live in that true freedom, that true peace, that true joy. So yeah, that's the message.
I don't think a lot of people know the behind the scenes that you had to go through to get this book
Yeah.
written and published and just what you done. Would you like to share a little bit about that? I think it's worth sharing because when you really step into who you are and where you want to go, nothing's going to stop you from succeeding.
Yeah. So when this started in 2014, it kind of gave me that, I guess, just the that thing of, okay, let's do this, let's write this book. So I started writing it and I thought, oh, this is going to be easy, like all the healing that I've had so far and the journey and how my life has changed this far, like this is going to be incredible. So I was like, okay, let's just get this started. So I started writing it, and I was hit with just one thing after another, after another, after another. It's just circumstances going on in life, some really sort of random, crazy things as well. And I just basically stopped it. It got too hard. And then this same thing has happened 4 times over the last 10 years. I'll give you an example. Like I picked this up in 2021 when when I got really ill. I was like, well, I can't do much. I might as well go back to this book. And my spiritual mentor, someone I consider like spiritual father to me, Isaac Curry, who actually wrote the foreword on this book, he was the one who really encouraged me to write this. So I picked it up again in 2021, and after I picked it up, my washing machine, my dishwasher, and my boiler all broke at the same time. So it's not just been like circumstances, it's just life just gets really hard anytime I try and write this book. So I was like, okay, let's just leave this. Like I can't deal with this with all the illness that was going on as well. So I thought, let's just leave it. And then earlier this year, when I had a conversation with you, I was like, I just wanted to ask you a question. Dre, the three of us want to call, and then I was like, oh, I'm just gonna ask you a question. And I don't know sort of how everything happened since then, but God gave me the date of 11th of November, my birthday, and that's the date he gave me many years ago when I actually was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, gonna get this out. He gave me, I think that was 2021. He gave me the date 11th of November. And so I was like, oh, okay. But that didn't happen then. So when we had that conversation, there was just something in me that shifted. And I think I knew this time was different. And I knew that it had to get done this year. Like there was no sort of getting around this. And I knew that it would. Um, Life has definitely thrown its challenges for those who don't know. I had well, they said permanent, but I'm seeing a naturopath now and he's showing me that it's not permanent. Well, anyway, it can be healed. Um, I had a nerve damage to the wrist, so I lost the ability to actually use my wrist at all for a period of time when I was started to write, so I couldn't type anything. So I was like, no, I don't care what's thrown at me this time. We're gonna get this done. So I started doing the speech to text on the Word document, and then my computer crashed, and then something kind of went wrong with them trying to fix it. So it had to go to the factory. place. So with that, I was like, I don't care. Like this is getting written. And obviously because I was working with you and having that accountability was so profound and helpful because I was like, nope, I have to get this done one way or another. I have to get this done. So I was doing, so most of the book has actually been done speech to text on a Word document on my phone. Um, because I was like, okay, this has to happen. And I found it was really challenging to be able to kind of go to those painful places and talk about certain things, but so freeing and healing as well to be able to actually speak about them from a place of freedom and not a place of shame. And I think that's sort of been key. And I'm so grateful that I did not write this book 10 years ago because it would have been a completely different book. It would have been a book from a place of so much pain. Whereas now, my hope and my prayer is that it's a book of freedom to help people walk in that freedom. So.
Oh, I remember those conversations with us as we were going through the process. And I remember Asher you and Asher having your conversations behind the scenes. And I was like, no, wait, no, that can't be happening. What's going on? And you're like, nope, this just happened. And I was wild. I was like, just keep going, don't stop. And you're like, I'm going. I just remember all those, behind the scenes fun conversations that people don't really get to see behind it. It was you were very determined and you made it happen. It was like one of those aha moments that is like, you were in the right place at the right time. And this is it, no matter what. And
yeah,
I really appreciate you for trusting me and letting me be a part of it, because I cannot share enough of how much of an inspiration you are, because you didn't let other people or other situations, because most people would have gave up, be like, okay, I can't even use my hand anymore. Like, and my computer's gone. I can't do anything. You didn't let that deter you from not pursuing and finishing your book. And in record time too, because we were like, oh yeah, let's do it in a year. And you're like, no, I want to do it before this year, and I want to do it on my birthday. I'm like, all right, let's build that backwards plan, and you stuck with it. And so amazing. I cannot see the chat. Do we have any questions from anyone in our audience? Please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your questions, or
can you see me? Can I speak?
Yes.
Can I say something? Hi, Antoinette. Hi, my name's Kate, and I have known this young lady since she was, I think, 6 years old. 6 years old. So this is sheer joy to actually watch how she's developed. I know the whole family. And her mum's been a very good friend of mine for a long time, although I haven't seen her for a few years, but we're in touch.
Mum's actually on the call. She's watching now. She's in the screen that says Linda Parker. They're all downstairs.
She might be. Hi there. I was looking at it and thinking, I wonder if Lynn's in there's Linda Parker. So that's good. Thanks for pointing that out. Sorry, let me just turn my phone on. Oh, wait. Thank you. Sorry about that. So yes, so Lynn and I have been friends for a long, long time, and I've basically watched Antoinette growing up from when she was a little girl. So I know personally a lot of the things that she's gone through, but to have watched her go from there to about, I don't know, was it maybe about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, you started not just your healing journey, but looking into training and coaching. And it's just been amazing. It's just been amazing. So to sort of see that she'd actually put it into a book. I am inspired because I have been intending writing a book since probably when I first knew you, Antoinette, and I still haven't done it. And I absolutely so understand all these things that get in the way. It's like, what's coming up next? But it's interesting also what you say about you're so glad that you didn't write it 10 years ago. This is what God does, isn't it? It's like universal energy. It's like, it looks like lots of obstacles are being put in your way, but we're just keeping you hooked because it's going to get better. And so it wouldn't be the book it is now if you actually had written it 10 years ago. Although it's possible you would have written a few sequels over the last 10 years. However, I will get on Amazon and I'll buy your book as soon as this is over, and I really look forward to it. Well done, you. You're a star.
Appreciate you, Kate. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kate. And so, yes, we are in our power hour. So the reason why we call it our power hour, this is where we would love for you to jump onto the Amazon. All the links are currently in the chat, and you'll be able to find it on Antoinette's social medias, as well as everyone that's participating. So if you have Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok, go ahead and share those links. And let's go ahead and do the power hour for Miss Antoinette. Do we have anyone else that has any further questions or would like to share their knowledge and their friendships with Antoinette? I know her bestie is on. Miss Rachel.
Hello. Yes. Yeah, I'd love to share. So I have it written down to make sure that I can share everything that's on my heart to share and to help in case I burst into tears while I'm sharing. I'm so proud of Antoinette, and Antoinette is my biological sister, UBS, and I'm so proud of her, and it's such an honor to be here today and just celebrate with her and celebrate her birthday and her book launch day. So I first met my wonderful UBS in November of 2011 and got to know her more when I moved to Gibraltar in 2013. She is an incredible woman and sister. Since then, we have walked through the ups and downs of life together. We have drunk cocktails. We have had tea drinking catch-ups in coffee shops for over 10 hours, only to be kicked out at closing time and carry on our conversation outside. We have laughed, we have cried, we have vented, we have celebrated. And I know I wouldn't be where I am today without knowing this incredible woman and my incredible sister. So how to encapsulate Antoinette in a few words is really difficult. She is so packed full of gems, but a few things that stood out to me as I was writing are: she is a firecracker. She is full of life and bubbles. She has a deep passion for people, life, and for God. She is deep-hearted and she fiercely loves. She is a fighter. She is compassionate. She is loyal. She is an excellent communicator and a cheerleader to all. She has a fervent heart of against injustice, and is passionate about seeing people set free from trauma. She is caring, she is giving, and an incredible mother to Joshua, and she has a heart of gold. And so much more, so much more, that I know we could all add many aspects of her identity and this incredible woman. This is only the tip of the iceberg. And I am so thankful to know her, and I know that any of us that are privileged enough to know this incredible woman of God can testify to that too. As Antoinette has written this book, I've watched her bravely go to the deepest, most painful parts of her life story and meet God there, seeing him work miracles of redemption and restoration in ways that the world might seem impossible. She has looked fear and brokenness in the face, believing that God is who he says he is and will completely heal her. Her determination to keep going when everything in her wanted to run away has been incredible to see. It has been beautiful to watch her flourish and become the fullest of who she was created to be, not stopped by any of the wounds of trauma. She is still the incredible sister I met 13 years ago, but there is a new sparkling joy and light, colourfulness and glowing shine sparkling out of her as she is fully herself. And this book is a powerful, beautiful sharing of her journey through horrific trauma and God's beautiful restoration and healing in her life to freedom. And I would definitely say, don't miss reading this book, because if nothing else, what Antoinette shares in this book shows that with courage, bravery, and determination to face trauma, healing will happen. Her testimony is your testimony. So buy this book and continue your journey to freedom. And we celebrate and love you so much today, Antoinette.
I love you so much. Thank you.
So
I have
much
no
love.
words, right? I want to say that your friendship means more to me than words can actually say. And everyone that everyone that knows me knows that I can't call you my best friend. It doesn't do it justice. You're my sister. And even that doesn't really do it justice. Like, but I wouldn't be where I am today if God hadn't brought you into my life, and especially the process of writing this book. So I love you so much, and I'm so grateful for you. So.
Me too, sister. So great.
So, Antoinette, hi. You've been such a great inspiration to us all. I just wanted to know, when did you first start writing down your story? When did you sort of first make a start on it?
So actually, not a lot of people know this, but I actually kind of wrote an outline of a book when I was 10 years old. And I wrote down like I wanted to help people with certain things because um I've always just had a real passion for helping people. And even though I didn't really know how to help myself at that age, for sure, and hadn't walked through those sort of teenage years and then, all the church abuse and everything that happened, like I for me, I've just always had a heart to really help people. So I started writing that book down, but my actual story started in 2014 when I was given this vision and I was like, okay, let's write a book on my life. But I kept putting it down and putting it off. I picked it up 4 times, but put it down again until this year. This year, there was just something in me that God was just like, it's time to come out of hiding now, and it's time to actually own, embrace, and share your story. So
Yeah.
that's been the journey. So I actually this book started in, oh Jay, you're gonna have to help me out here. It took 12 weeks. But I'm trying to work
July,
backwards.
right
July,
after.
isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So thank you.
Can I share something?
Hello.
Absolutely.
Hi, Antoinette. And everybody, some of you I know, it's just so good to be online. I'm a little bit late, but I'm so proud of you. What you have done all these years. I've known you since Gibraltar, a little bit maybe longer than Rachel, but around the same time, and just seeing you growing so much and getting healed, and it's just beautiful. And I'm looking forward to read that book and just so proud of you. Well done. And happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Happy
And actually,
birthday, Antoinette.
thank
Yeah, I mean, I recently just met you, and I've been following, what you post online, and they've been so encouraging, and so full of life, really full of life. I'm proud of you, and I'm gonna buy a copy, obviously. I read and I share with my friends, and that's one arc I like to do. Once I read the book, I share with my friends, and I wish you all the best. I wish you every good thing, every good and perfect gift, and enjoy your birthday and have fun.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you. And it was so good to meet you at the Glory in the Cowshed. That was so cool. That was amazing. Thank you. And I just want to say quickly to Heidi, thank you so much, because I remember in 2000 and I can't remember what year it was now, 12 or 13, when I remember when God told me to ask you to mentor me, and I was so nervous and so scared. And then I asked you, and you felt the same. And when we started meeting every week, like you were honestly a godsend and a lifeline for me back then. And I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much.
It was such a pleasure. It was mutual. Yeah. Love you. And looking forward to see you soon. And Rachel, you must come. David as well. All those I know.
Yes, so Joshua and I are actually going to be in Switzerland with Heidi for New Year's this year. So we are very excited. So we're very excited about it. Jay, I'll hand it back to you.
That is exciting. Switzerland. Oh my gosh, that is going to be amazing. And bring it in the new year, 2025. How amazing is that? So, Antoinette, as I love everyone sharing. You have touched so many lives, and the people you surround yourself with is so amazing. And it's the right time, the right moment when you did this book. And so I wanted to ask, how do you handle the ups and downs when you are writing this book, especially those crazy tough days? Like, what was that one thing?
For me, I think that one thing was that even though it's a book about my life, it's not about me. It's about what God can do in everyone's life. I am just an example and living proof of what he can do. And this book, it's not a Christian book. It's not a how-to book. It's not it's about discovering who you are authentically at the core, and that you have access to a peace and a joy and a hope, because life is always gonna bring ups and downs. Life is always gonna have hard times. We lose loved ones unexpectedly. We go through heartbreaks. We can go through illnesses. We can, go through anything can happen in our lives. But I think when we know who we are at the core and we know what lives inside of us, then that's where we have a hope and a freedom and a peace and a joy and a love that is unexplainable, unimaginable, unconditional. And I think that's the thing, that it's the hope. I was once asked, what is that one thing? And anyone that has worked with me knows that I've asked them this question, is what is that one thing that Jesus gave you? What is that one fragrance of Jesus that you're carrying? And someone asked me that once, and I said, for me, that one thing that attracted me to Jesus was hope. And it's quite fitting that the title of is Hope, Live a Life of Freedom. But it was that hope. And I think for me, it's that hope that has sustained me throughout every up and down of not just writing this book, but just my entire life. Like, it's that hope that I didn't even know was with me when it was with me. And just knowing that no matter what happens, good will come from it. But I think the lesson that I've learned is the good comes from it, and we experience the freedom, we experience the healing, we experience the joy, the peace, the love, everything that our hearts are craving when we actually heal. It's and healing is part of really realizing and coming to that place of understanding the programming that life has put on us, the programming that our minds have aren't who we truly are. So when we're able to strip those back and stand in our authentic identity and stand in who we truly are, that's when we know that peace, that joy. That's when we can know who we are, and we can know what's inside of us. And that will sustain us through anything, and know that no matter what happens, good can come from that. So there's a long way of answering that question.
No, you know what it is? It's personal, right? This book is so personal and such a deep meaning. And when I would highly encourage you to read this book. So I was privileged that I got to go through it chapter by chapter and tissue box after tissue box after tissue box. So when you read it, really take the time and, get your ebook. It's great, especially if you have a Kindle and you cuddle up and you get a blanket on you and you get a cup of hot tea or coffee. But it's one of those books that you really have to allow yourself the space and to have like a clear mindset when you read it, because it's such deep meanings. And I absolutely loved it. And I cannot wait till my book comes in the mail. And so I can actually read and hold the hard copy. It's completely different when you actually have the physical copy of the book than when you're reading it, as it's being developed. But I'm still going to order my ebook. And so with the Power Hour that we're doing today for Antoinette's launch for her new book, as well as celebrating her birthday, you can get your copy on Amazon, and you can find the links on all the social media outlets, as well as in the Facebook, as well as in the chat if you're in the Zoom room. So Antoinette, as you were going through this, how did you come up with the cover and the design choice? Like, what was that vision that you had? Because I know, but I think the readers needs to know about this cover design.
So this was the vision. This is minus the butterflies. This is the book that no, there was one butterfly. This is the book that I saw in my mind in 2014. When I had that vision, I was holding a book. It was this book. And it's crazy to me because I know we went through so many covers, but I was like, no, it's not. I was like, I'm sorry, I know I'm being a pain, but I was like, no, it's got to be what is the vision in my head. And it was just from going from that darkness to light, from going from dysfunction to healing. And the symbol that has been, I guess, my kind of like symbol is the butterfly, is that transformation process. And so I knew that the butterfly had to come into it somehow. And so from the butterfly kind of in the darkness, actually spreading the wings and flying out into freedom, I just think is like, it's a perfect description of me, my life. And yeah, so I remember when the design team actually did this, and I just burst into tears because I was like, that's it. I was like, that is literally it. Because they done a few different variations, but I was like, no, it was like stormy. Like I remember it so clear. It was like stormy to then like this sort of like sunrise sort of thing. And yeah, when I saw this, I was like, that's it. That's the cover that was in the vision. So I know that it's me like in the title, and I know that it's like my life that's in the book and the lessons and the journey and everything that I've experienced, but this is God's book. He's the one who gets credit for the title, the chapter titles, and the cover, and the transformation that's actually happened in my life as well. So yeah.
And as well as to yourself, because you are amazing and you're sharing with everyone, and all the healing that you're doing, you're helping a lot of other people. Does anyone have any questions that would like to come up of mute and ask or share with Antoinette?
Hi.
Hey, superstar.
Hmm. I have a message for the birthday girl. Um, I think I'm blocked. I'm logged. Hello?
Oh, yes.
Hi, Antoinette. I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for all the support and then for the trust you given to me as your VA. And actually, you're one of the genuine person I know. Um, you're so caring, and then you always make others feel appreciated. even you just know them. And you're such a blessing for me and for others as well. And yeah, continue to inspire others. And you're just like a sunshine to us. Yeah. And yeah, you're so encouraging and inspiring. Yes, definitely the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know, Christine is my absolutely amazing, phenomenal, beautiful, incredible, and patient virtual assistant. So if any of you guys sort of engage on my social media or send messages on Messenger, sometimes it's likely Christine that's messaging on my behalf. So she is the most phenomenal virtual assistant ever. So thank you so much. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
I nearly got the job.
He says he nearly got the job. He couldn't deal with me. You can deal with me.
That's so cool. Joshua, you have any words that you like to share about your mom?
I love
Good
her.
to have you here.
I'm proud of her for the book. So sorted.
Love you too.
Love you.
So, Antoinette, if this book was to be turned into a movie, who would play you in the movie? It's one of those one-off weird questions. I think this book would actually be great. I'm from the States, right? So I love watching the Hallmark Channel. And so to me, I feel like this would be one of those books that would be on there. And so if you could adapt this into a movie or even a series, right? Who would you cast as yourself?
Joshua says me. So do you know what? It's so funny because you don't actually know this. I think the only person that knows this is Rachel. Because I just was like, what was that about? But I actually had a dream that that someone approached me and said that they wanted to turn this into a movie. And in the dream, it was so weird because I was like, only if I play myself, which will absolutely not happen. So it's a funny question. That's a good question as well.
He's a baby.
I,
I look like you.
he does. He looks like me. I guess I'd say, do you know, it's funny because the actress is sort of like coming to mind. She's quite a known actress, but she's also one of my favorites. But I think she just has a real knack for displaying so many different journeys, and a character is Blake Lively.
Who's that?
Blake Lively. She's actually one who starred in It Ends With Us recently, which powerful movie. So yeah, don't know. She's the one who comes to mind. But that was a funny question based on that dream. I was like, what was that?
I promise it's all random questions. I'm just like, I think that should actually be a Hallmark movie. As you were as you were going through the story and writing it, what was that, do you feel like there's any hidden messages or personal touches in the books that readers might miss?
Yeah, so I guess a lot of people don't really know. Well, once you read this book, you'll know my story. But I think one of the biggest keys and kind of themes throughout this is it's not about what's been done to us. It's not about who's done things to us. There's a lot of church abuse that I've experienced. There's a lot of religious shaming that I've gone through. And part of being able to step out in that freedom is one of the most powerful things I've ever experienced in my entire life. But again, it's not about the people. It's about understanding why people make choices like that. It's about understanding that when we do have that faulty programming going on in us, when we don't heal, when we don't heal those wounds in us. When it's that, I actually quote this, but Jerry Flowers says it perfectly, is what we don't repair, we repeat. So when we don't do that inner work on ourselves, we are going to inflict that onto other people. We are going to make choices that don't serve us. We are gonna, and it's not about shaming people. It's not actually about any person at all. It's about understanding that we have a choice how we respond to certain things that happen in life, and we have a choice how we respond, how we move forward in ourselves, taking the person out of it. So it's just, there's a real freedom for even, in one of the, I don't know why I'm led to share this, but in one of the chapters, I think it's chapter 2, I talk about quite a bit of the church abuse that I experienced, and it's not about, there's no person named in there at all, but it's not about that person. It's about what happened to me as a result of that. No, that wasn't good. That wasn't a good choice that person made, but it's more about what's happened in me afterwards. I have a choice how I respond to that and how I move forward in life from that. I could still be, right now, I could still be so broken and so bitter and so angry at that person. But through healing, I've been able to actually let that go because it doesn't serve me and who I am. So that's, I think, the hidden message is it's a generational thing. It's not about just us. There's so many layers to all this. So, but we can break the cycle.
I love that. Yeah, breaking generational curses and peeling back those onion layers. I love that. Just starting fresh and
yeah,
so impactful.
Because one thing I say in this book, I can't remember where it is, somewhere towards the end, but is that if we would grasp the power of actually doing this healing work and doing the inner work and walking in that freedom, like prisons would be empty, mental hospitals would be empty, orphanages would be empty. Like life as we know it and life as it looks would look so different if we were to truly understand the power of healing and the power of actually walking this out. Because so many times we stay stuck here knowing that we want it, but actually to integrate it into our heart and actually walk that out and live that out, that's the painful journey. But it's how painful we feel it's going to be is nothing compared to the freedom. Like, working with the clients that I have now, I'm like, I have such a huge smile on my face when they step into that freedom and when they have that breakthrough and when they see that, because I know how that fear can hold you back. I know how that pain and bitterness can hold you back from really actually truly stepping into freedom, and it doesn't have to. And that's kind of what I show people in this.
What advice do you have for individuals that are truly looking to get their story out? Do you have a message for them or something you'd like to share with individuals looking to be an author?
Prepare yourself. No, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not an easy journey. But I would say is to remember that whatever your story is, whatever you've gone through, yes, it's about you, but it's not about you. Sharing your story isn't about you getting it out there. Yes, there's a lot that happens in that process, but it's about the people that you're going to set free. It's about the people that are going to be able to relate to your story and actually walk in that same transformation that you've walked in. What I would say to someone, and this is the reason that I'm glad that I didn't write this 10 years ago, is to make sure that we've done that healing work and that inner work so that we're writing from that place of freedom and not from a voice of shame and from a voice of pain. Because we want the words on the pages to bring life and bring freedom. So it's not about venting about stuff. It's about showing people how they can have what you now have and walking them through that journey.
And what's next for you as an author? Do you have another project in the works?
Yes. Yeah, there is another book on its way. But I'm giving myself a bit of a break, and then next year I will get that one written. Yeah, I won't share the title just yet. But some of you know it already, but yeah, that's
keeping everyone in suspense as we were go through your first book. I love that. So if anyone has any questions that's in the Zoom room, please feel free to unmute yourself and share. We have about 10 more minutes in our power hour, so we would love to hear from all of you, or you can type it in the chat. Again, we are celebrating Antoinette's birthday as well as the launch of her new book. So if you have any questions or, would like to know more about Antoinette, please feel free to unmute yourself, or you can also check out the replay. So if you are watching the replay, go to Amazon and you can purchase the ebook as well as the soft or hard copies. And the title of her book is Hope, Live a Life of Freedom, A Little Girl's Healing Journey from Dysfunction into Freedom. Antoinette, I've been asking so much questions, and I just want you to know that you are truly an inspiration. And I would never stop saying that, because you just, no matter what, you always show up, always 100% all in, and you're so giving. And when you asked a simple question, and to be here today, I'm just still in awe of myself. Like, we did it together. It wasn't just me saying, okay, it was you did all the work. I just showed up. So do you have any things that you could share with our audience or with me, or what kind of advice that you could give someone like me who's thinking, I still haven't written my book yet, but you're a great inspiration. I'm going to do it, but I don't know.
I'd say to speak to you, because honestly, I cannot. I've gone to write something every day now for the past 2 weeks, and I can't. I don't have the words that do it justice yet for how grateful I am to you, Jay. You just, there wouldn't be this book without you, and I'm just, yeah. I still don't have the words yet, but they're forming. So I'm just so grateful. And I think for me, having those accountability sessions, having those times where it's okay, I've got a deadline for this chapter. I've got to get it done. Have I started it? No. When's it due? Tomorrow. What? And that happened so many times. And it was okay, I guess we're pulling an all-nighter again. And it was it was just, it was crazy. I don't actually know how it all happened. I still don't. I'm still a bit wait, what? I was just asking a question. So to anyone talking, I'd say don't do it alone, because that's the mistake that I made for the past 10 years, is that I tried to do this alone. Whereas actually having someone that can guide you through this, walk you through a timeline of it, and hold you accountable to things. And even when this was done, the amount of things I wanted to change and take off and delete, reading this today, I was like, why didn't I re-edit this? Because those fears, all that stuff surfaces. But having you there to be no, that's it, it's done, that chapter's done, let's move on. And when I was so stuck on that one chapter, and I was my deadline had passed for it, and I was okay, I don't really know what to do here. And just having your advice and your guidance to say, actually, let's park that one, because that's going to come after some other ones, and knowing that it's not having to be done as we think it has to be done, just having that guidance and that wisdom and knowledge from you. So I would definitely say have someone that can hold you accountable and that can walk with you through that journey. And then I would also say as well, have a bestie. Like I had my beautiful UBS Rachel, because the amount of like 3, 4 a.m. voice messages that Rachel had from me, like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this anymore. Is yeah. You need that. You need that when journeying this. So, and just to be able to have that encouragement and reminder of why you're doing this as well, so important. So, yeah, that's what I'd say. So I saw a question in the chat screen of how did we meet? So for those of you who don't know, I think most people on this call know, but Dre and I have do business together, and Jay is our business partner as well. So one of the things that we actually do with a lot of business owners is help them write anthologies. So, oh, you can't see it. So that one up there, Permission to Flourish one, is one that I wrote. Dre and I both wrote a chapter in. And then tomorrow, Permission to Flourish 3 actually gets published, which is super exciting. And Rachel is actually a co-author in that book, which is super, super exciting. So so we met, I'm trying to think actually how we met. So Jay, you became a client of Dre's, didn't you? And then we met through the community, through that, and then started working together.
Actually, we all were part of Richmond's The Underdog Academy from
Yes.
PTP. And so that's how we first got introduced. And then through Authority branding. Yeah. It's been a long time. Feels like yesterday.
I know. I was like, oh wow, yeah. That was amazing.
Has a question.
Yes, go for it.
Let me mute myself, otherwise I can say so much, but you cannot hear me. First of all, congratulations with your birthday, with your book, with everything that you have accomplished. You are so amazing, so inspiring. And yeah, what Jay was saying, we are all part of the same, all part of the same community. And now we are here still being online with a few of us. I am really happy. I bought the book, so I cannot wait to read it. And I know there will be many gems. The question what I have for you, what is a thing that you learned about yourself? What was really surprising?
That I have a voice. Yeah. I think for so long, pain and shame tries to silence you and tries to keep you hidden. And I think the biggest thing for me is that I have a voice.
Yeah.
So,
beautiful.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I cannot wait to hear more from you, and I'm already excited to read it.
Thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. I love you.
And I think there was something. Oh, how's the cookie jar? So for my birthday, we tend to do this a lot. We blame Gilmore Girls for this, but
who said that?
How's the cookie?
Oh,
So we tend to wake each other up. So last night at about midnight in the
12
morning,
to be exact.
12, we we were up from midnight till about 1 in the morning.
So how the story goes, you woke me up in the middle of a good dream, wake me up and say, "Do you want brownies?"
So we decided to make brownies last night. So that's what Joshua's eating now.
Absolutely gorgeous, but really hot.
I just want to say, Antoinette, I think you're such an inspiration to so many people, and I think we all are just amazed by how you sort of pour yourself into other people's lives, and you celebrate their successes, and you're so encouraging. and patient and positive as well. And given all that you've had to walk through in life, that we can just celebrate that with you and just are really, it's really, really precious, and it's a very special journey. And you're very courageous to put this into writing, you know, putting it out, because there's a vulnerability in that. It's costly, I know. Having done some of it myself, it's not easy to put stuff in writing. But like you say, and I can identify with this, is you get that sense that you're just given each chapter or each next stage, and it just sort of rolls. And that's a sure sign that there's something important that is coming out, and that actually there's a bigger agenda at work, which is good, really good. And so well done. I just want to say well done and happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Wait, Mum, if someone says anything, there's something in the milk.
Everyone can hear you, Josh.
Okay.
Antoinette, as we wrap up the Power Hour, would you like to leave us with some lasting words?
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who came on this call, and everyone that's watching the replay, and everyone that buys the book and reads the book. That it is on like a crazy offer, I think for 24 hours or something. It's like 77p or something for the ebook. So I never want money to be an issue. And I just appreciate you so much for just coming and celebrating with me and supporting me. And yeah, I just thank you. And just remember as well, like, you know, wherever you are in there's birthday cakes going through the chat screen. That's so cool. Just remember that wherever you are in, you know, wherever you are in your journey, everyone is on a journey of life. And wherever you are, there's always more freedom. There's always more of that abundant love and joy and peace that's available, even if it feels like there isn't. So just never forget that. We've never arrived. We've never sort of reached it. There's always more to come. So I think that's such a beautiful thing. And before we finish up, I just want to say a massive, 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 massive thank you to Dre as well, who's very silently in the background. But you have been one of the biggest inspirations to me these past 3 years now, I think it is. And you know, there's one way that I always I think describe our friendship is that you believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself. So I know that this book happened in the last few months, but me actually being able to own my story and share my voice would not have happened without you. So I thank you so much and appreciate you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Antoinette, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just trying to keep quiet in the background. But yeah, just want you to know, you know, that I like friggin' love you to bits. The very first time, yeah, that we met, and like hearing part of your story, and you are, like everyone in here like knows, you are an inspiration, and I can't believe the things that you've gone through just in like the last 3 years, and then like the rest of it, how you get up every day with a smile on your face, you keep going. There's setbacks, there's challenges, and yeah, I'm honored, privileged that that we're friends, and yeah, I'm super excited for what's to come as well. So 10 years in the making, and you've done it. I'm super proud of you as well.
Thank you. So yeah, thank you so much.
I'm going to go now and leave you on the screen by yourself.
I hate that. I've learned to love it over the years. Not love it. I've learned to deal with it over the years. So yeah, just thank you so much, everyone. So much on so many levels. And I'm sure I'll be catching up with each and every one of you soon. Yeah, thank you. And now we are going to go out and celebrate my birthday. We're going to the harvester.
So before we go, can we all just unmute ourselves and just sing happy birthday? You don't have to have the best voice. I don't, but we should all celebrate and sing happy birthday to Antoinette.
Yes.
I'll scream it.
Absolutely. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
To you.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, Antoinette.
Antoinette.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy birthday and congratulations.
Hip hip
You're
hooray!
amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.